Greetings. Welcome to Poor Walter's Almanac, Volume 1, Issue Number 3. First, there's one question I want to ask you. Paper or plastic? I had to say that, what can I tell you? Okay, proctologist. Somebody explain to me, like, what that is. Like, why, how does someone figure out he wants to become a proctologist? Can you see this? Sonny, have you put some thought into what you want to do for a living? Oh, yeah, I want to stick a tube up someone's rectum and look inside. Explain that to me. How does that work? I don't understand. I don't understand. A friend of mine went to the research department at UCLA, and he was watching somebody was watching lettuce grow, okay? Right, and they can't find a cure for cancer? Right. Another guy was testing carbon dioxide consumption of ants on treadmills, okay? A guy was convicted of 500 counts of mail fraud and given 900 years, no parole, okay? Some guy eats too many Hostess Ho-Hos, goes out and kills his wife, and he's back on the streets in 6 years on parole. It's unbelievable. Someone explain it to me. Okay, some people don't know what to do with their money. I know this couple, they just finished redecorating their house, and they decide to redecorate again. And last time they put in a maid's quarters complete, and this time they want to spend another $10,000 to put in another maid's quarters. Now the thing that gets me is they don't have a maid. I mean, like what are they thinking? You know, incredible. True story. Okay, Yves Montand quote: "I think a man can have two, maybe three affairs while he is married. But 3 is the absolute maximum. After that, you are cheating." Right? This guy should be a politician. Tremendous. TV commercials. Okay, there are some wacky, incredible TV commercials. First of all, right, plaque is big, right? You thought Oak Brand was something. Everybody's got an incredible thing with plaque now. There's a pre-brush rinse now to help you get rid of plaque. A total product that didn't exist 10 minutes ago. Suddenly there's a need. Oh, I didn't do my pre-brush rinse. You know, it's like incredible. And it's insidious. It's beautiful. Okay, TV commercials. Women are getting tough. They're reaching for lime away, attacking tough hard water stains more often. Cheese riddle number 19. What do you do when you grate yellow cheese on a baked potato, oohs and ahs? Don't forget the cheese. Folgers Coffee, there's this song. It's your 30th birthday, girl. Is it hard to face the world? Well, the Folgers brew aroma is calling to you. Right. They're saying in this commercial that, you know, if you turn 30, you're a basket case, have a cup of coffee, it'll be okay, right? I don't think so. And then on the package it says, naturally decaffeinated. What are they talking about? Like, naturally decaffeinated, somebody took the caffeine out of it. Where? In a laboratory on a river. Yeah, that's it, naturally decaffeinated. It's incredible. Johnson's Baby Oil Mousse. Mousse, Gesundheit, right? Okay, Pepperidge Farm's newest single dessert. Have you seen? They got these little, like, units here that you just pop them in and make them happen. Mississippi Mud Pies, gooey fudge atop a rich mousse, atop a chocolate cookie crust. Quote, "Forget everything your mother taught you about sharing." Wait, hey, that's a great message, right? Can you believe this? Why can't they say, it's so good, you know, you'll want to share it? I mean, it's very bizarre, very bizarre. Okay. It's a dry heat. Can you believe these lights? That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Metaprin has ibuprofen and nothing's proven faster. Like we know what ibuprofen is? You know, it's incredible. Maybelline Moisture Whip lipstick. Moisture Whip. Yeah, okay. Suave deodorant. This one's tremendous, okay? This woman says, "My brother Steve's wedding and I forgot my antiperspirant." You know, okay, let's shut up the tents and, like, forget it, right? What happens? So she's really tortured. She doesn't know what to do. She borrows Steve's, like, Suave deodorant, but she's really worried, right? "I stood out in the hot sun in my taffeta dress, worrying about odor and wetness." Okay, right? There are people starving, dying, killing each other, right? The rainforests are going, the ozone layer is going, the atmosphere is finished. We're finished, right? And her taffeta dress, it's tremendous. Anyway, I was on the edge of my seat. Steve's deodorant worked. The world is safe for free enterprise. Okay, Coffee Mate commercial. This yuppie 30-something guy, right, he's got his cup and he's saying, "Man, back in the college days, I had an all-nighter at the pool. I wanted a cup of coffee. I had no cream," right? So I went down the hall and borrowed some Coffee Mate from this guy on the hall. And it was creamy, it was rich, it was wonderful. It was so good, in fact, he never did get it back. And the guy's, like, smirking into the camera, like, oh, what is the message here, right? It's so good, it justifies me stealing it, right? The Coffee Mate slogan, "Coffee Mate from Carnation. Don't doubt it. Steal it. Iron Poor Blood. What? I don't know. It means nothing. I don't know why I said it. Okay. Viva Towels. Squeeze it, twist it, scrub it, wring it, tear it. It's towel enough to take it. Okay, Tylenol. These guys are great. Tylenol commercial. This woman's talking about babies and this and that. I just had a baby, and motherhood is wonderful, and they gave me Tylenol, and so now I feel safe, right? So first of all, the Tylenol company is making an association between motherhood and babies and wonderful things and Tylenol, and the relationship does not exist, but they're making it there. And then she says, most hospitals use Tylenol, so I can feel safe. Hey, the reason why most hospitals use Tylenol is because the makers of Tylenol give them an incredible deal on bulk rate. It's got nothing to do with the quality of the product. Another Tylenol commercial, they've got this woman talking about how she took these new gel caps now, and they cut for about a second or two to her hand, and there's an incredible diamond ring on her finger. Like, nothing in commercials is by accident. It's all like an incredible, insidious, like associational, psychological plan. So why did they put this thing in with her diamond ring on her finger? Well, basically, they want to make the association that this woman has money, that she's wealthy, and the wealthy people can, like, afford to buy the best of the pain relievers that are around, and she bought Tylenol, so we might as well, too. It's insidious. It's unbelievable. We don't have any idea the messages that they're layering in there. Adolph's Meat Tenderizer. Another thing I just had a need to say. I don't know why. Okay. Combat Roach Killers commercial. This woman says she found roaches in her potato salad. Well, first of all, cover it up. Well, is that tricky or what? But after that, she uses these combat roach killers, and she says, and now combat's changed my feelings. It makes me feel good about myself. Well, I mean, I can understand if she put one under each armpit or something, she'd feel protected, but what? You feel good about yourself because you have roach killers, okay? Next, Chef Boyardee commercial. This guy says that my wife tells me she's going to be out of town or she's not coming home for dinner, and you got to take care of dinner for the kids, right? So I pulled out a can of Chef Boyardee, and he goes, boy, and I have got this together. Right? He opens up a can of food for his kids' dinner. That's together. That's like tremendous, tremendous. Bird's Eye has extra creamy Cool Whip, okay? And NASA says, why do people like extra creamy Cool Whip? And this incredible, beautiful woman gets on, and she's got this strawberry with a dollop of Cool Whip on it, and she goes, because extra creamy is extra creamy. Oh, yeah, okay, well, now I know, unbelievable. But that's not the amazing thing about this commercial, because at the end of the commercial, their whole bit is done. They flash, for a fraction of a second, a picture of a cow, okay? I'm thinking, why are they doing this, right? Because basically they want to make an association between their product and a dairy product, And Cool Whip is not a dairy product, but they're trying to make an association with it, so they stick this thing of a cow at the end. It's unbelievable. So thank God it's not totally subliminal, but, right, give me a break. Okay, what? There's a new product now, a new commercial saying we have worry-free carpet. Hey, that's great, but what about all the other carpet that we still have that has free-floating anxiety? Okay, all right. There are a number of big business concerns who are intent on making money regardless of the cost to our planet. Okay, they finance lobby groups and organizations which fight for their right to totally trash and rape the planet, okay? They want to turn it into one big toxic waste dump, but they're afraid of public opinion, so they try to disguise what they're really doing by giving it a phony baloney doublespeak name, okay? The Washington Forest Protection Agency, okay, Association. You'd think this organization was in favor of protecting forests, right? Sure. It's a trade organization made up of the largest timber companies in Washington State that fights against various logging restrictions, all right? Clean Air Working Group, right? Oh, so they want clean air, right? This group is made up of representatives of the oil, steel, aluminum, paper, and automobile industries who lobby against tougher revisions of the Clean Air Act, all right? Citizens for the sensible control of acid rain. Sign me up, right? Run from a PR office in Washington, D.C., this grassroots organization hired lobbyists to mail 80,000 letters denouncing a bill to control acid rain. Okay. 10 years after the nuclear power plant accident at 3 Mile Island, Harvey Wasserman has written a book entitled Killing Our Own, in which he describes the effects of nuclear power. He says that 10 years later, after what they learned from the accident, 75% of the nuclear reactors that we still have going have not complied with the changes that were demanded off of that thing. And this guy, Ernest Sternglass, a University of Pittsburgh radiation physics professor, claims that the federal and state governments are covering up the true health effects of the accident at 3 Mile Island. He says that evidence has been suppressed that would show radiation from the accident has increased infant mortality in Pennsylvania, New York, and Maryland, and caused thousands of other excessive deaths by lowering people's immunity. and the government denies these claims. What a surprise, okay? Joe Foss, president of the National Rifle Association, in response to the public outcry to ban semi-automatic weapons, was quoted as saying, "If you think that taking away the guns from those bozos will make any difference, you've got another thing coming." Oh, really? What are they going to do, gun down people with semi-automatic Twinkies? I mean, right. Okay, related to this, Bush says he reversed his position. 6 or 8 weeks ago, he says, I'm totally against any kind of ban. And then there was an incredible public outcry, and he says, well, now I'm seeking to accommodate both sides. So now someone says, well, have you changed your initial position then? He goes, no, I haven't changed. It's a pulse change. It's a pulse change, right? Whoever invented that, like, really, give him a raise. It's a pulse change. Okay, a participant in a meeting of Republicans looking to boost Bush's administration after John Tower's defeat was quoted as saying, we're in trouble. We need an issue, and we need one fast. Right? These people don't care about people. They don't care about issues. Right? They just want, like, his rating to be good so that they can keep on playing these games. It's tremendous. Okay, a friend of mine mentioned that I should try to, like, find things in other countries, to trash, not just our own country. And I agree completely. And here's a nice one. The Mexican Power Authority is eager to get its Laguna Verde nuclear power plant online, okay? So eager, in fact, that when a cooling system explosion ripped through the plant last November, authorities tried to disguise the accident as a safety exercise, right? And when stories appeared in the Mexican press, the Federal Electric Commission branded those true stories informative terrorism. These people are everywhere. It's tremendous. Anonymous interviews with plant employees revealed that poor design caused the explosion. The plant's managers decided to hide the accident because they feared that negative publicity would delay startup. Greed, it's a way of life. It's tremendous. By the way, did you know that the word moose comes from an Indian word that means twig eater? I just like you'd like to know that. Maybe not. Okay. Here's a Dr. Joyce Brothers quote about what she'd do if her husband left her for a younger woman. Excuse me. This woman gives advice, right? I would get into my car, drive through the kitchen, take a left at the bedroom, and run him over. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Hey, tell me. She's giving advice, right? Okay, just checking. Survey showed 100,000 elementary school students get drunk on a weekly basis. No punchline there. That's that. Okay. I love products that say now, new, and improved, right? If there were truth in advertising, you'd say, well, what's new and improved about it? Well, we made a new box and we put the word new and improved on it. It's unbelievable. Strontium-90, a proven carcinogen, is entering the water near a South Carolina weapons factory at 43,000 times the federal government's own drinking water standards. 43,000. Toxic and radioactive waste is leaking from 17 weapons facilities throughout the United States. And one leak, like, affects 3 or 4 states around it, like the 3 Mile Island thing showed, right? So basically, we've got, like, our entire nation polluted by this stuff. If we want to clean up this mess before the year 2020, it would cost $5 billion a year. This year, the government only plans to spend $315 million. Right? It doesn't go away. It doesn't go away. Oh, yeah, the half-life is 50 billion years. Great. Okay, I'll see you then. Okay. The first national survey of toxic chemicals poured into the air by industry shows they are being emitted at rates that threaten public health. 2.4 billion pounds of the chemicals were emitted in 1987. Of the 320 chemicals surveyed, 60 are listed by the government as causing cancer. 7 are currently regulated by the Environmental Protection Agency. As for L.A., industry unleashed almost 100 million pounds of dangerous chemicals into L.A. County's air, water, and soil in 1987, a toxic toll far greater than the recent devastating oil spill in Alaska. Right. Isn't it great? Exxon came out with these print ads saying, we're sorry this happened, we're sorry this guy was drunk, blah, 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 blah. And, but we're not sorry, we're going to raise, like, the gas prices so you can pay for us, like, trashing the environment, destroying the food chain, and, like, blowing out the earth. Oh, thanks. So we pay for it. Thank you. A new movie just opened called Miss Firecracker. The print ad has quotes from Rex Reed. Wonderful actor, superb writing, more fun than a convention of cuckoo clocks. Is that fun? I guess it is. Now that I think about it. What? A Canadian sculptor was charged with outrage in the public decency after he created and displayed a sculpture of a woman's head with freeze-dried human fetuses as earrings. Real freeze-dried human fetuses as earrings. Now that's pretty wild. But what amazes me is no one, like, asked this guy, like, where he got them from. How does that work? What, go down to 7-Eleven, jumbo, like, freeze-dried fetuses? They're microwavable. I mean, like, where do you get this, right? Next to the coffee crystals? What happens? You know what confuses me? The word menstruation, right? Shouldn't it be womenstruation, right? I mean, they're the ones who do it, right? Why? I don't understand that. A lot of words confuse me. For years, I thought fellatio was a character in Romeo and Juliet. No one told me. It was unbelievable. Here's a list of some college thesis papers from Amherst, Harvard, Stanford, and Yale, all right? Quote, these are thesis papers for people who are, you know, our leaders, okay? Elvis as hero of global village culture. Artifice and authenticity in the American shopping mall. That may have some... All My Children, a literary study of soap operas. All right? Oh, here's a good one. Why Spock isn't captain. Right? Control and self-determination in Star Trek. Right? I'm glad they're delving into meaningful issues here. I feel safe. President Bush is asking Congress to immediately cut hundreds of domestic programs by $829 million so he can pay for $2.2 billion worth of new military devices and expand America's warmongering efforts worldwide. Right? A kind and gentler, what? What? Okay, you realize if we weren't so hopped up about national security, building bombs, building railroad tracks to move our bombs, building new bombs to replace the old bombs, building systems to neutralize bombs, and building spy networks in order to find out about the other guy's bombs, we would have, like, no starvation, no homeless people, everybody would be happy, right? Right. But who needs that, right? Who needs that? Print ads. He works as hard as he plays, and he drinks Johnny Walker. What a guy. He's a real man. Beef, real food for real people, right? What's an unreal person, right? A guy who eats oat bran or something, I guess. Introducing Pete's Bouin sun protectants from Switzerland, right? It has Swiss moisture complexes and broad-spectrum sun filters. And that's what I figured. Right, it's for women who love the sun and worship their skin. Can you believe that? Worship their skin. What do? Pray to your skin for a pay raise? Chevy S10 Blazer, logic and laughter. A guy in a truck, two guys in a truck and a dog. They're all laughing. Buy this truck, logic and laughter. It's a truck. It's a truck. What? Okay. Don't forget the cheese. Okay. There's this company that sells sneakers for women. They call them nitrogen energy spheres. Okay, whatever that means. And the tagline is, only women can experience the nitrogen sensation. They're a pair of sneakers. Are women's feet different from men's? I guess. I don't know. New Del Monte yogurt cup needs no refrigeration. They got this thing, they're calling it yogurt, and they're saying, oh yeah, it has no preservatives, right, and it doesn't need refrigeration. You just stick it on the shelf and pull it out in case of a nuclear war. Right. Obviously, it means to me that what they're calling yogurt, you know, after they've processed it, and what we call yogurt, it's like two different things, right? Here's their slogan. We grow great taste. Where, in Petri dishes? I don't get it. Viceroy tastes even better at our new low price. Hey, if price makes something taste better or worse, you're an idiot, okay? Fawn Hall was on the stand at the Oliver North trial, and she said, it's tough when people portray you as a witness for the prosecution when you are a witness for the truth. Right? What a joke, right? I think a doctor should give her a free proctology exam so they can find her head. The active ingredient in some commercial sunscreens can break down to a substance that may cause cancer. Is that beautiful? So what everyone's been putting on their face and bodies to stop, like, sun cancer, right, causes cancer. Golly, what's a mother to do? A Vons brochure recently claimed that they have pesticide-free produce. There was only one problem. Vons does not have pesticide-free produce, right? They got caught, and then they say, we openly admit that it's not true. Hey, that's great when you get caught. Hey, tremendous. We openly admit. Oh, okay. Girl gives birth in bowling alley. Now, what's the wind chill factor in here? Hey, really? Hi. Okay, girl gives birth in bowling alley. 21-year-old woman is 9 months pregnant, right? But her championship bowling team is in the championships. What's a mother to do, right? So she gets on there. No way I was going to let my teammates down, she said. Oh, but it's okay to endanger the life of your unborn child. She gets out there. She induces labor pains after the third frame, right? She has the baby. And then she goes back and, like, completes the game, and they win, which is, like, really a beautiful, like, story, but... like, maybe all these pro-lifers, right, should stop, like, trying to bomb abortion clinics and talk some sense into people so they don't know how to bring somebody into the world. I mean, this is unbelievable, right? My baby's had a 226. Okay. Guinness Book of Records has a listing for the world's greatest miser, Henrietta Green, who kept a balance of over $31 million in one bank account alone. She was so stingy that her son had to have his leg amputated because of the delays she insisted upon in finding a free medical clinic. What's a mother to do? She herself lived off cold oatmeal because she was too thrifty to heat it up, right? Her estate was worth $95 million. The American Journal of Forensic Medicine, right, people who die with $95 million, with anything, that's really obscene, that's ridiculous, right? I mean, while people are starving, you know, there's no excuse to have like billions and billions of dollars while people are starving. There is no excuse, right? Read my lips, agreed. You know, right, okay. The American Journal of Forensic Medicine and Pathology had an article, okay, describing a 20-year-old man whose boyfriend administered to him an enema of concrete mix. After the concrete hardened, the guy had to be taken to the hospital for emergency surgery to remove it. You know, what? Somebody explain that to me. Is that fun? What? Okay, yeah, let's go to the emergency room and now do this. What? I don't understand. Like, a Coke bottle's one thing. Cement, I don't know. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's me. After a 5-year, $1.9 million study, the IRS has concluded that the average taxpayer should be able to fill out Form 1040 in exactly 3 hours and 7 minutes. Can you believe this? $1.9 million, right? They won't give people like a decent wage, right? But they'll like spend 5 years paying people to gather stupid data. Well, what are we going to do with this information now? Oh, yeah, oh, okay, 3 hours, great. Unbelievable. Our tax dollars at work. New York City has implemented a new policy to transfer psychiatric patients from city hospitals directly to homeless shelters to relieve overcrowding in psychiatric wards. So basically, they're unloading psycho people onto the streets. Seems like a good idea. City of Los Angeles has established $1 billion program to build underground subway. Right? I mean, we have earthquakes like every 10.7 days, and they're building underground subways. Explain that to me. Does it make sense? I don't know. IRS auditors told not to report citizens' errors when it's in the citizens' favor. Hey, gee, thanks, guys. A Swiss advertising agency has signed a deal with the Soviets to find Western firms who want to plug their products via the Soviet program. Basically, the Soviets are going to sell advertising space on their spaceships, launch pads, and cosmonaut uniforms. So basically, the main ad exposure is going to be at the launch site. Communism, you've come a long way, baby, right? Mom locks boy in bathroom for 11 years after he accidentally spills spaghetti on the white living room rug. Okay, can you believe it? What's a mother to do? We rescued the poor guy from his prison cell, which was a 6 by 8 foot room with a toilet and a sink. The boy was slipped food through a small door opening she installed. 11 years. A registered nurse kept her husband's corpse in bed for 8 years because she wasn't convinced he was dead. She was a registered nurse, right? That restores my faith in the medical profession. Something inside me told me he wasn't dead. She dressed this guy like in new pajamas and socks like every day, and poured like liquid vitamins on his belly button. The guy was like a mummy when they found him because he wasn't reporting to work. Someone figured out 8 years later. Have you seen him lately? Incredible. A $23.7 million Trident II missile cartwheeled out of control and exploded just 4 seconds after it blasted off on the first submarine test launch of the Navy's newest, most powerful weapon. Right, $23.7 million in 4 seconds. Right, and we can't get a decent wage, and there are homeless people. Right. Maybe we should slow down the technological race to figure out how fast we can grow spinach on the moon and try to feed people now and something. Yeah, please. The IRS has just established a new policy to keep collecting taxes even after a nuclear attack. Can you believe this? Within 30 days after an attack emergency, the agency would expect to resume assessing and collecting taxes. From who? These people. Nuclear winter is real, right? No, it's not like 6 months in Milwaukee and then, oh, let's come out again. No, it doesn't work that way. Okay, an Ohio newspaper asked its readers for descriptions of their favorite weird foods. Here's some from the list. I think this is kind of nice. Hot liver and onion gravy sandwich with oatmeal and raisins on the side. Tofu, sardines, and onions in lime jello, eaten with corn chips. Mashed potatoes with applesauce and Cool Whip. Cold fried cabbage, peanut butter, and Swiss cheese, liverwurst and grape jelly sandwich, Cheerios with milk, and a fried egg in the center. That's creative. Potato salad and chocolate cake, ice cream with ketchup. Okay, a group identifying itself as the Animal Liberation Front claimed responsibility for 2 early morning arson fires that caused $100,000 in damage and released more than 1,000 animals from this research facilities at the University of Arizona. Now, this seems like a very altruistic thing, right? These people were, they don't want animals to be used as experiments, etc. So they freed 1,000 of these things. The only problem was that 30 of the animals taken were mice infected with a third world disease, okay? which causes severe diarrhea lasting for 2 to 4 weeks. Okay, that's fortunate. It's just a minor thing like diarrhea, but what if, right, there's some kind of like AIDS thing or incredible, like bizarre new, like cancer they're inventing for nuclear warfare or something, and like these altruistic people, right, fanatics, in their fanaticism, they forget like the bigger picture, you know, and it's really classic. Same thing with these like pro-lifers who are so intent on the life of the fetus that they'll blow up bomb clinics and potentially hurt and kill people. It's not appropriate, you know. And the same thing with Oliver North, right? A fanatic, right? A fanatic who believed in like democracy of our government, and so he was going to protect it overseas. And right, so he subverts democracy over here. These people, incredible. $4.5 million a month going to Nicaraguan guerrillas through February 1990. $4.5 million a month going to these guerrillas who are using it, you know. And so it's not like bullets now. It's food, but it's food to support them so they can keep on fighting each other. Isn't there some better way to use that money to make peace somehow? But Bush has to veto the extra 30 cents, right? The extra 30 cents. And the weird thing is that Bush had to veto this not because he feels sincerely that people don't deserve this. Maybe he does, but right. It's because he looked bad with the John Tower thing, right? People blew him off on that, so now he's got to like hold a strong party line and say, I'm strong, I'm in control, so I'm going to hold down the minimum wage till 1992. But meantime, $4.5 million a month right now until 1990 for these other people. A kinder and gentler what? Ah, okay. All right, one last bit. Super psychic reads minds of animals. Okay, the psychic who is like, you know, normally people read other people's auras. Dogs are optimistic. Cats are smart. Horses have big egos. Pigs are saints. She says the lowly pig is the purest thinker on earth. The pig is a saint who thinks nothing but wholesome, almost holy thoughts. Believe it or not, pigs are actually known to ponder the meaning of life. Horses are highfalutin, haughty animals who consider themselves far superior to other animals. They especially look down their noses at cows. Rats are witty and lighthearted. Guinea pigs are music lovers. Keep smiling. See you next time. And good night, Abby Hoffman, wherever you are. Thank you. Take it easy.